You know, Collins, sometimes I sit down and wonder why life has to be this hard. We graduated with honors, man. We put in the work, aced our exams, and now? Nothing. Not even a simple callback after dozens of interviews.
I know, Tony. It's frustrating. But we can't give up hope. Things will fall back into place eventually.
Easy for you to say. You've got a mom who's made it. She's done well for herself and still cares enough to make sure you've got a roof over your head and food on your table. Do you know how blessed you are, Collins?
I know I'm blessed. I won't deny it. But don't think it's easy for me either. Seeing my mom struggle to make ends meet just to keep me comfortable, sometimes, it feels like I'm failing her.
Failing her? You've got to be kidding me. She's got your back, man. Meanwhile, I've got my whole family looking up to me. My dad's health is failing, my younger siblings are still in school, and my mom, she tries, but what she earns is barely enough for her medication. I feel like I'm drowning, Collins.
I can't even imagine how hard that must be. But, Tony, this isn't the end. We're young, we're educated, and we've got ambition. You just have to hold on a little longer.
Hold on. For what? To keep hustling from one odd job to the next while people with half my qualifications get jobs because of connections? Look, Collins, I'm tired of playing fair. If I see an opportunity, I'll take it. No matter what it takes.
Be careful, Tony. Desperation can make you do things you'll regret later.
What choice do I have? Sit around and wait for some miracle while my family starves?
I understand the pressure you're under, but don't lose yourself in the process.
You've always been the optimist, haven't you? I wish I could see things the way you do.
Tony, the right door will open when the time is right.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. I just hope that door opens soon because I'm running out of strength to keep knocking.
It will. Just stay true to yourself, Tony.
Thanks, man. I'll try.
That's all I ask.
Doris, I don't even know where to begin. It feels like everything is falling apart. My shop used to be full of customers every day. Now, I'm lucky if I get 10 people walking through the door in a week.
I understand exactly how you feel, Maggie. The economy has taken a toll on all of us. Even my best clients, people who used to buy without blinking, now haggle over the smallest things. Some don't even come at all anymore.
It's everywhere, Doris. People just don't have money to spend. The little they have goes to essentials, food, rent, school fees. Luxury is out of the question for most.
And it's not just the customers. The cost of running a business keeps going up. Rent, electricity, taxes, it's like a never-ending spiral. Some days, I wonder if it's worth it to keep going or just close shop and look for something else.
Close shop. Doris, don't even think about it. You've built that business from the ground up. It's not just a source of income, it's your legacy.
Legacy or not, a business that isn't making profit is just a burden. Sometimes, I feel like I'm working just to pay bills and nothing else.
We all feel that way right now. But things will get better. They have to.
You think so? I keep telling myself the same thing, but the truth is, I'm scared.
Doris, listen to me. These tough times, they come and go. The same way the economy crumbled, it will rebuild. It's just a matter of surviving until it does.
Survival. That's exactly what it feels like we're just trying to make it through another day.
It's not easy, Doris. But we do what we can. Cut costs, diversify, pray for wisdom. Sometimes, we just have to adapt to the changes around us.
You're right about that. I've been leaning on God more than ever lately. He's the only one who truly understands what I'm going through.
Exactly. I've been doing the same. Every morning, before I even step out of bed, I pray for strength and direction. Without that, I don't think I'd have the courage to face another day. Excuse me for a moment. I need to use the washroom.
Excuse me, madam.
Oh, I'm sorry, but this seat is taken. My friend will be back any moment now.
I know. I just couldn't help myself. You look so familiar. I had to come over and confirm something.
Familiar? Do I know you?
It's been years, but I suppose time has made us strangers. Let me introduce myself. Clive Davies. We were classmates back in high school.
Clive Davies? Wait, Clive? Oh my goodness, Clive. I can't believe it.
There we go. I knew you'd remember eventually. It's been decades, Doris. Look at you, still as graceful as ever.
And look at you. Who would have thought we'd run into each other like this? What are you even doing here?
Well, this restaurant is one of my favorites. The food is excellent and all. Tell me, Doris, what have you been up to?
Oh, where do I even begin? Life has been a roller coaster, Clive. Business, family, everything feels like it's hanging by a thread these days.
I hear you. Times are tough for everyone, but knowing you, I'm sure you've handled it with your usual resilience.
Resilience doesn't pay the bills, Clive. But enough about my struggles. What about you? What have you been up to all these years?
You're looking at a minister now, Doris. I'm part of the country's cabinet. It's been quite the journey, but here I am.
A minister? Clive, that's incredible. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It's been a lot of hard work, but I'm grateful. And look at you, you must be doing well for yourself to be dining in such a high-class restaurant.
Oh, Clive, you couldn't be more wrong. I'm here because a friend insisted. Believe me, this place is far above my usual budget.
You could have fooled me. You've always carried yourself like someone who belongs in the finer places of life.
If only appearances were reality. But, Clive, since fate has brought us together like this, I wonder if I could ask for a favor.
A favor? From me? Doris, you've piqued my curiosity. What's on your mind?
It's a bit personal, and I'm not sure how you'll take it.
Try me, Doris. After all these years, I'm sure I can handle whatever you've got to say.
It's about my son. He's been struggling, and I was wondering if...
Doris, I must say, that restaurant really outdid itself today. The food was divine, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Every bite felt like a treat. It's been a long time since I had a meal that good.
Same here. It felt like a little escape from all the stress we've been facing. For a moment, I forgot about all my troubles.
That's why I agreed to go in the first place. Sometimes, we need moments like these to remind ourselves that life isn't all bad.
You're right, Doris. Even with everything going on, it's important to steal moments of joy. By the way, I noticed you had some company while I was away.
Oh, that? Just an old classmate. Nothing significant.
Really? An old classmate, you say? I don't remember you mentioning him before.
That's because we haven't been in touch for decades. It was pure coincidence that we ran into each other today.
What are the odds? So, What did you two talk about?
Oh, just reminiscing about the old days. You know how those conversations go. Anyway, Maggie, tell me more about your daughter. How is she coping with her studies?
Doris, you're good at changing the subject. But I'll let it slide this time. About my daughter, she's doing well, though the workload is overwhelming her a bit. I keep telling her to take it one step at a time, but you know how young people are, they want to conquer the world overnight.
That's the energy of youth. It's both a blessing and a challenge. Just remind her that she's doing her best, and that's what matters.
I do, Doris, but sometimes I wonder if I'm pushing her too hard.
Maggie, you're a good mother. Pushing her to achieve her potential isn't wrong, as long as you're also her support system when things feel tough.
You're right, as always. Thank you for reminding me.
Anytime, Maggie.
Well, thanks for the ride, Doris. It was lovely catching up, as always.
Likewise, Maggie. Take care, and give my regards to your family.
I will. See you soon, Doris.
See you. Collins, are you home?
Yes, Mom, I'm here. How was your outing?
It was good. Maggie and I had a nice meal, but that's not what I want to talk about. I have some news for you.
Good news? What is it, Mom?
Well, let me start from the beginning. Maggie and I went to this restaurant, quite an expensive one, I might add. The food was delicious. While we were eating, I noticed a man sitting at a different table, staring at me.
A man staring at you? Sounds like someone might be interested in you, Mom.
Collins, don't be ridiculous. It wasn't like that at all.
Okay. So, what happened next?
The moment Maggie left for the washroom, this man got up and came over to sit at our table. At first, I was confused. I didn't recognize him, but then he introduced himself. He said his name was Clive Davies.
Clive Davies? Do you know him?
I didn't recognize him immediately, but after he explained, I remembered. He's an old classmate of mine from back in the day. We talked for a bit, catching up on where life has taken us. And Collins, guess what?
What?
Clive is now a minister.
A minister? As in the government?
Yes, Collins. A minister. He's in a position of influence now.
That's amazing. So, what does this have to do with the good news you mentioned?
Well, while we were talking, I told him about you. I explained how you've been struggling to find a job since you graduated from university. I told him how hard it's been for you and how you've been doing your best to stay hopeful.
And what did he say?
Clive said he understands how difficult things are these days, especially for young graduates like you. He mentioned that one of his friends owns an oil company, and they're conducting interviews soon.
An oil company? Mom, are you serious?
Very serious, Collins. Clive said he would speak to his friend and ensure your name is added to the protocol list.
Mom, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this is happening.
I knew you'd be excited. But Collins, this is just the beginning. You have to be prepared. This opportunity might be your big break, but you must work hard and make a good impression.
Don't worry, Mom. I won't take this lightly. I'll prepare thoroughly for the interview.
That's what I want to hear. And one more thing, Collins, be careful. Opportunities like these are rare, and there will be people who might not want to see you succeed. Stay humble, stay focused, and trust in God.
I will, Mom. Thank you so much for doing this for me. You're always looking out for me.
Of course, Collins. You're my son. Seeing you succeed is all I've ever wanted. Now, go and start preparing. The interview could be in the next few days, and you need to be ready.
I won't let you down, Mom. Thank you again.
You don't have to thank me, Collins. Just make the most of this opportunity.
I will. I promise. Hey, Tony.
Collins. Long time. What's up? You sound pumped.
I've got something going on, man. We need to catch up.
Now you've got me curious. What's up?
Nah, I'll tell you when we meet. It's better that way.
You're making me anxious here, but alright. When are we meeting?
Soon, man. I'm just heading out to pick up some stuff, but I'll swing by your place afterward.
Stuff? What kind of stuff?
Let's just say it's part of the big news. You'll see.
You're full of suspense today. Alright, I'll be waiting. Don't take too long.
I won't. Give me a few minutes and I'll be there.
Got it. See you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Tony. My guy, I'm here.
Collins. Finally. You've been building up this suspense since the phone call. What's going on?
You won't believe it. I've got a breakthrough, man.
A breakthrough? What are you talking about?
Okay, so remember how I told you my mom bumped into an old classmate of hers?
Yeah, the minister, right?
Exactly. Well, guess what? The man wasn't just all talk. He actually followed through. He spoke to his friend who owns an oil company, and now I've got an interview lined up. But that's not the big part.
There's more?
Oh, there's more. The position they're considering me for comes with a salary of $5,000 a month.
$5,000?
Yes, Tony. $5,000. Can you believe it?
That's incredible, Collins. I don't even know what to say. That's more than I've ever heard of anyone earning.
I know, right? Man, this is just the start. I'm going to save at least $2,000 every month. You've got to think about the future. But you know what? Life isn't all about saving.
Oh, really? What else is it about?
Spending, my guy. I'll set aside $1,000 just for food and drinks. And you'll be right there with me, Tony. We'll live it up, man.
That's generous of you, Collins.
Come on, man. You've been my guy through thick and thin. What's the point of success if you can't share it with your people?
So, where's this company located?
It's just outside the city. A big oil company, man. They've got offices everywhere. This could be the start of something massive for me.
That's amazing. I'm really happy for you, Collins.
You don't sound happy enough. Come on, man, this is a win for both of us. We're stepping up.
Yeah, you're right. It's a win for both of us. Congratulations, Collins.
Thanks, Tony. I knew you'd be happy for me. Let's make plans, man. Big plans.
Yeah, big plans.
Heavenly Father, I come before you this morning with a heart full of hope and faith. Lord, you know how much Collins has struggled, how many doors have closed in his face. But today, Lord, I believe you have opened a new door for him. Father, I stand on that promise for Collins today. Let your favor rest upon him as he steps into that interview room. Lord, touch the hearts of the interviewers, that they may see his potential and give him this opportunity. Father, I know you are a God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. You have brought us this far, and I trust you will take us further. I commit Collins into your hands completely. Let your will be done. Thank you, Lord, for hearing my prayer. Thank you for the blessing that is already on the way. I trust in you, and I leave everything in your capable hands. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Hey, man. Congratulations, bro. I can't believe it, you're really doing this. I brought some food and wine to celebrate before you head out. Thought we could have a little pre-interview toast, you know?
Thanks, Tony, but I have few hours before I need to leave. I'm in a rush. The interview is at 1 p.m. We'll definitely celebrate after, I promise.
Come on, Collins. You've worked so hard for this. One drink won't hurt, right? Let's have a little something to mark the occasion. You deserve it.
I don't drink, Tony. I told you that before. I want to keep my head clear for this. I don't want to risk anything, not today.
Alright, I get it, no drinks. But, hey, how about you just eat something? You gotta fuel up, man. You can't go into an interview on an empty stomach.
I suppose a little snack wouldn't hurt. You're right. I can't go there on an empty stomach. But after this, I'm heading straight there.
That's the spirit. A little pre-interview meal to make sure you're ready to conquer the world, huh? I like it.
Yeah. I'll do what I can. Just, everything feels so big, you know? I don't want to mess it up.
You're going to be fine, man. I can feel it. You've got this in the bag. But, hey, before we dive into this feast, one more thing, where exactly is this place? The interview, I mean. And what time is it again?
It's with that oil company I told you about. It's over in the business district, not too far from downtown. The interview's at 1 p.m., so I have a few hours.
Right. I remember now. You're gonna crush it, I'm sure. I mean, 5,000 a month? That's insane.
Thanks, Tony. I hope so. I've been waiting for something like this for a long time.
Well, then we better celebrate like kings, huh? Just a taste of what's coming.
Yeah, we'll see about that. After the interview, then we'll talk. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Let's eat. Time is not on our side.
Hello?
Good evening, Mrs. Doris. I'm calling to congratulate you on your son Tony getting the job at Sunrise Petroleum. He's been selected for the position.
What? My son Tony? I think you've got the wrong number, dear. My son's name is Collins Gray. Are you sure you've got the right person?
No mistake here, Mrs. Doris. The name on the list is Tony Johnson. We just wanted to let you know that Tony is all set for the job, and the interview went wonderfully.
Wait. Tony is not my son. Are you absolutely certain about this?
Yes, I'm sure, Mrs. Doris. Tony Johnson, right here in our records. He was the one selected for the position. We'll be sending him all the details soon. Congratulations again.
But my son is Collins, not Tony. Something's wrong here. Hello? What? What just happened? Where is this boy? Collins, wake up.
What's wrong, Mom?
How did the interview go?
What? The interview? I need a little more time, Mom.
It's 6 p.m.
What? It's 6 already? I missed it. I missed the interview.
Collins, what happened? Tell me. How did the interview go?
I don't know, Mom. The last thing I remember was Tony. Tony brought food, and we ate. Then, after that, everything just. I don't know what happened after that.
What do you mean you don't know? You were supposed to go for an interview. You had a chance that could change everything for us.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Tony's my best friend, Mom. I didn't know he'd do something like this to me.
You told him about the interview, didn't you? I told you not to tell anyone. You always do this, always trust the wrong people.
Tony didn't mean any harm. I didn't know, Mom.
You're useless. You couldn't even handle one simple task. You couldn't even follow a single instruction. Now look at what you've done.
Mom, please.
No, Collins. I can't keep making excuses for you. I can't keep trying to protect someone who doesn't think, who doesn't learn. You're an embarrassment. You need to grow up. You need to get out of my house. I can't keep a child this senseless under my roof any longer.
Mom, don't say that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
It's too late for apologies now. Get yourself together. You're moving out. I can't do this anymore. You're on your own from now on.
No, Mom, I am sorry. Please. Mrs. Maggie, I need your help.
Collins, what's wrong? Why are you here with your bags?
I messed up. I made a terrible mistake, Mrs. Maggie. My mom, she kicked me out. She asked me to leave her house, and now I have nowhere to go.
Oh, Collins. What happened? Tell me everything.
I told Tony about a job interview I had. I couldn't keep it to myself. He's my best friend, and I thought I could trust him. But he did something to me. I don't remember much after he brought me food, but I know I didn't make it to the interview. And now my mom, she's furious with me.
Collins, I'm sorry to hear that. You must feel terrible. But, why didn't you listen to her? She's been warning you, trying to protect you.
I didn't think it would go like this. I didn't mean to hurt her. I just wanted things to be okay, you know? I never meant for any of this to happen.
I know you didn't mean it, Collins. But sometimes we make choices without thinking about the consequences, and now you're paying the price. But that doesn't mean it's the end.
I don't know what to do anymore, Mrs. Maggie. I've lost everything. My mom doesn't want me around. I don't have a job, and I feel like I've failed her. I don't know how to fix this.
We all make mistakes, but that doesn't mean we can't try to make things right. Have you eaten today?
No. I haven't had anything since yesterday.
Well, let's fix that first. You can't think straight on an empty stomach. I'll make something for you to eat, and then we'll figure out what comes next.
Thank you, Mrs. Maggie. I don't know what I would do without you.
You don't have to thank me, Collins. You're like family to me. And families, they don't turn their backs on each other. Now, let's get you something to eat, and then we'll talk about how we can fix this.
I don't deserve your help, but thank you.
You don't have to deserve it, Collins. Sometimes we all just need someone to lean on. Doris, I know you're hurt, and rightly so, but I've come here today as a friend to plead on behalf of your son. Collins told me everything that happened, and I can see he's full of regret.
Regret doesn't undo the damage, Maggie. I warned him. I told him to keep things to himself, and yet he went and shared it with someone he called a friend.
I understand your anger, Doris. But let's not forget, he's young, and youth makes mistakes. What matters is that he's learned. If you push him away now, where will he go? You're all he has. He knows he's hurt you deeply, and I can see he's ready to make amends.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking. I thought Tony was my friend, and I had no idea he could do something so wicked. Please, give me a chance to prove myself.
Maggie, you weren't there to see how much pain he caused me. This wasn't just a mistake, it was carelessness, and it cost him everything.
Doris, you've been a mother through thick and thin. This is the time to show him grace, even when it's hard. Let him prove that he's learned from this. Don't let this be the end for him.
Fine. I'll give him another chance, but under strict conditions.
Anything, Mom. I'll do anything.
First, you're going to look for a job, a real one. And this time, you'll take full responsibility for yourself. You'll pay your bills, buy your food, and handle your life like an adult. I will not baby you anymore, Collins.
I understand, Mom. I promise I'll do better.
Thank you, Doris. You've done the right thing. You're a good mother.
Don't make me regret this, Collins.
Thank you, Mom. I won't let you down.
See? That's the spirit. Doris, you've raised a fine son. He just needed a little wake-up call.
I hope so. This is his last chance.
It's all I need, Mom. Thank you. Tony? Is that you?
Oh, hey, Collins. Fancy seeing you here.
Don't you dare act like nothing happened. How could you betray me like that? How could you take what wasn't yours and ruin my life?
Betray you? Steal from you? Collins, I didn't take anything from you. Let's be honest, you never really owned anything in the first place.
Don't you dare twist this around. You knew how much that opportunity meant to me. You were envious of me, Tony. You couldn't stand to see me succeed, so you took what was mine.
Envious? Of what, exactly? You were naive enough to tell me everything. What happened after that is on you, not me.
You're a shameless, jealous snake. I trusted you, Tony. You were my friend.
Friends, huh? Look, Collins, life is about survival. If you're foolish enough to hand over your dreams, don't blame me for grabbing them.
You're nothing but a selfish, deceitful coward. One day, you'll reap what you've sown, Tony. Remember that.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Collins. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have better things to do than relive your sob story.
Get out of here, Tony. You'll get what you deserve one day.
Keep dreaming, Collins.
Shameless liar. You'll regret this, Tony. One day, you'll regret it.
Tina, I've made up my mind. It's time for us to step into something bigger, something massive.
Massive? What are you talking about, Tony?
I'm starting my own business, Tina. I've been planning this for months now.
Your own business? Wait, you've been planning this without telling me? What kind of business are we talking about here?
It's a big venture, Tina. Profitable and groundbreaking. I've been working on the numbers, and everything looks solid.
It sounds ambitious, but what about your current job? Are you going to manage both?
No need for that. I've already sent in my resignation letter.
What? Tony, you resigned? Without even starting this business? Are you out of your mind?
Relax, Tina. Trust me. I've got this all figured out. The projections are great, and we have enough savings to get started.
Tony, this feels rushed. Starting a business isn't just about money, it's about planning, execution, risk management. Are we really ready for this?
Tina, listen to me. This is our shot to create something huge. I've studied the market, I've identified the gaps, and I know exactly how to make this work.
But what if it doesn't work, Tony? What happens then?
Failure isn't an option. I've worked too hard for this, and I've thought through every scenario. This isn't just a leap of faith, it's a calculated move.
I don't know, Tony. I trust you, but this is a huge risk. What exactly is the business about?
I want to set up a logistics and supply chain company. The demand for efficient supply services is skyrocketing, and I've identified key areas where we can dominate the market.
Logistics? That's a tough industry, Tony. Do you have any partners? Or are you doing this alone?
I've got a few investors lined up. They're interested because they've seen my plan and believe in the potential.
Investors? Okay, that's a good start. But what about the capital? Do we have enough to keep us afloat if things don't go as planned?
Yes, Tina. I've thought about all of that. We'll be fine. And once the business starts generating revenue, it'll only go up from there.
All right, Tony. If you're so sure, I'll support you. But please, don't shut me out again. I need to know everything that's going on.
That's my girl. Don't worry, Tina. This is just the beginning of something extraordinary. We're going to make it big, and you'll see how far we can go together.
I hope you're right, Tony. I really do. This is a big step, and I don't want us to regret it.
Trust me, Tina. The only thing we'll regret is not starting this sooner. Oh, it's you, Ben. What brings you here this late?
Tony, I didn't know how to break this to you, but I had to come in person.
What's going on? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Tony, the business, it's gone.
Gone? What do you mean, gone?
The company we invested in folded. The market crashed, and they declared bankruptcy. All the money we put in, it's all gone.
No. No, that's not possible. I invested everything I had into this. Everything.
I know, Tony. I lost a lot too, but...
A lot? I put in the lion's share, Ben. Do you have any idea what this means for me? I've lost everything, my savings, my family's future, everything.
I tried to warn you, Tony. We should have pulled out earlier, but you insisted we stick it out.
Don't you dare put this on me. We both believed in this. You didn't say a word when the profits were rolling in. Now you want to shift blame?
I just thought you should know. We're both in the same boat now.
I can't believe this. I worked so hard, took so many risks. How could this happen?
I'm truly sorry, Tony. I wish there was something I could do. If you need anything, just call me.
Everything, gone. What do I do now?